As meteorologists, it's our job to keep you informed about the weather.
But something we get asked about a lot is climate change. What is it? Is that what global warming is? And is it even real?
And while the two are definitely related, weather and climate are not the same thing.
So let's start there. What's the difference between weather and climate?
Well, one way to visualize the difference between the two is to imagine weather being a very young, inexperienced baby, and climate as an older, very wise person.
Okay, I know this is strange, but just stick with us.
Yeah, as meteorologists, we focus on the weather, short-term atmospheric events.
Climatologists, however, monitor long-term weather patterns and trends. That's what climate is.
Weather can be very erratic and temperamental, just like a baby, full of quick changes and seemingly random events. Take, for example, experiencing a severe thunderstorm in the middle of a drought or a very strong cold front in the heart of spring.
Right. Climate, on the other hand, takes into account the average weather patterns over a long period of time, usually at least 30 years. This means that climates are fairly well established and steady, just like the personality of an older person who has had years to understand the way that life works. A good example of climate would be the fact that West Texas tends to be dry in the spring, while East Texas usually gets quite a bit of rain.
Yeah. Lastly, as meteorologists forecasting the weather, there are often immediate and sudden weather hazards like tornadoes, flash flooding, hail, and even hurricanes. All of those things warrant watches and warnings from the National Weather Service.
Meanwhile, if climatologists notice any changes in the average weather pattern, that may actually hint at long-term hazards.
So, since we are not climatologists, we had the opportunity to speak with one. After the break, Dr. Nielsen Gammon of Texas A&M University will help us understand the history of climate in Texas and current climate trends in the Lone Star State.